Check, 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 check. Are you hearing me? Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV. And this is. I have a question, y'all. Please remember to like this video, share the link to my channel if you feel like my content needs some more crowd, subscribe if you have not done so yet, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. It is Monday, and I've been having a great Monday so far, y'all. I hope that you guys can say the same thing. It is hot as usual here in sunny South Florida, but I don't know, it's a beautiful day. And I don't know if I'm the only one, y'all, but I just like seeing women who can drive like these huge school buses. Like I'm in the parking lot at my job, and I just saw this lady. She had the school bus, those yellow school buses. I think her school is on a field trip or something, and she had it parked next to my car, like what you call that, horizontally. So she like took up like about 5 parking spots for the bus. And I saw her reversing, and I really thought that she was gonna hit me. I'm not gonna lie, but she handled that bus nicely, and she's a skinny lady. Okay, I love seeing women being able to drive like these trailer trucks, these school buses. I aspire because I'm not a great driver. I'm still, quick story, y'all. In Jamaica, driving is not like high on everybody's list. Like if you own a car, great, but if you don't, it's not like high on your list. Like building a house for a lot of people comes before even buying a car. And to get a taxi in Jamaica, you literally just, go out in front of your house. You put your hand out, depending on where you live, or you have to go out like in the town, put your hand out, and a taxi will stop at your feet. It's different there. So I didn't really learn to drive. I started learning to drive, I think, in 2012, and then I stopped taking classes, and I didn't start taking classes again until I got to the US in 2016, and then again in 2018 I did some more classes. So I'm just really starting to like practice my driving. Now I drive every day to go to work. So when I see women who are like awesome drivers, and they're not like always shadowing the brakes like me, like I'm always shadowing my brakes. I'm always shadowing my brakes because I'm like, you know what? I need to be able to hit brake at any point in time. So when I see women who are like awesome drivers, I'm like always in awe of them. So if you guys are in this chat right now, you're listening to this live, and you are an expert driver, like you don't have to shadow your brakes or any of that. You can reverse without using the reverse camera. Like I salute you, I applaud you, I am in awe of you. Okay, and that might sound weird. I hope it doesn't sound weird, but I am in awe of all women who are amazing drivers. But anyways, that was a quick sidebar. So once again, YouTube decided that they were going to shove Wanda down my timeline, y'all. I don't subscribe to Wanda. I don't go looking for um her lives. But unfortunately for me, content creators that I actually like and content creators that I actually subscribe to, they screen record Wanda's lives, and then because I'm subscribed to them, YouTube sends their screen recordings, I guess, of Wanda's live down my timeline. And I happened to see it, and so now I have to talk about it. So Wanda was in her car going about her business, I assume, and she fixed her mouth to throw some shade at Melody Cherie, throwing Stormy's $1 million worth of sale on TikTok in Melody's face. And basically Wanda was like, Stormy's out here doing great things. She made $1 million in sale while some people only made 1 million views, and she's laughing and carrying on and being super just petty and nasty and talking about how she's gonna talk about some things on Tuesday and she's gonna bring receipts and all of that. And I'm like, not even death, not even grief will stop this messy human being. You would think that her niece's sudden passing would make her say, the things that I come on YouTube or on her IG to say about people, the people who she actually knows in real life. Because let's be real, she knows Melody in real life. This was somebody she used to go on vacation with. Somebody whose Christmas dinners and Thanksgiving dinners her daughter and probably herself too would attend. This Melody is a woman whose children Wanda has known from they were babies. Melody isn't a stranger to her. On YouTube, Tisha and Marsaw and pretty much the entire cast, they are strangers to us. We don't know these people for real. We provide our commentary on a show. We might roast, we might key, but the reality is we don't know these people. However, Wanda, she knows Melody. She knows Miss Van. She knows a lot of Melody's family members in real life. So you would think that with everything that has happened, that Wanda would say, let me be a little bit more mature in how I come on YouTube and talk about this young lady and talk about her mother and talk about her family. Because God forbids, right? We know that life is short. If Kiki's passing didn't tell us anything, things can happen suddenly without any notice, without any warning. You won't have the time or the opportunity or the space to apologize or to take back any of the nasty things that you sit on YouTube and say about people. So you would think that would always be in the back of her mind. Like, listen, the people who I know in real life, not these YouTubers, right? Because as I said, but the people that Wanda knows in real life shouldn't be the people she just constantly come on her YouTube and speak negatively, nasty about. Because God forbids something happens. How is she going to go and look in one of these individuals' family's face and say, I'm sorry for your loss? Or I truly loved your family member. When just a week ago you were talking nasty about them. Or even a day ago. Or even 2 days ago. You won't be able to do that. And when people try to point that out to her, I think she doesn't get it. She thinks it's all fun and jokes, but God, the things that has been happening in your family these last 3 weeks, they haven't taught you a lesson yet about just being a better human being to the people you actually know in real life, Wanda? You're on the internet, you're spewing hate, you're spewing negativity, you're spewing gossip, and you're leading disparaging conversations aimed at humiliating Melody and aimed at spreading lies about Melody. And you have your fans and your content creator friends joining you in these discussions in the same way they joined you in discussions about your niece. And you still aren't learning that you need to be a better person. And as I said in my description, she can't ask for privacy and respect during her time of grief when she isn't even given that to Kiki's mom or her husband or her children. That in and of itself is some nasty work. And Wanda did this live, as I said, where she's throwing shade at Melody, talking about Stormy's $1 million versus Melody's, 3 million likes and views and whatever. And I'm like, Wanda, do you know that your daughter isn't friends with Stormy? Your daughter did an interview just a week before Kiki passed, unfortunately. And in that interview, your daughter made it clear that her and Stormy aren't friends because, according to Letitia Scott, Stormy was part of spreading rumors about Letitia's marriage. So it just goes to show that your hate for Melody doesn't make sense when your daughter actually said in that interview that her and Melody are great. They're in a great place. They texted during Mother's Day. Melody said when she was reading you for filth on that Instagram live, she said, your daughter called her and asked her for some advice, which she's never going to share because it was off the record and she promised she wouldn't share it. But Melody and Letitia are in a great space. Melody and Stormy and Letitia, however, are not in a great space. But because of your hate for Melody, you're blinded by this weird dislike that you have for Melody over things that has nothing at all to do with you. You're over here on your YouTube applauding Stormy when your daughter at this point in time is saying her and Stormy are not friends outside of filming, they don't speak. That's what Tisha said. That is what your daughter said. So you would think that you wouldn't be out here boasting about Stormy when your daughter is telling the world she don't see it for Stormy. The same energy that you've been giving Mel all these years at this point in time, because your daughter is saying that her and Stormy aren't cool and she stated why her and Stormy they aren't cool, you should be giving Stormy the business. I mean, am I lying, y'all? If I'm saying that the things that I'm doing and saying towards Melody is because she did XYZ to my daughter, and my daughter has said me and this person are now cool. However, this next person, she did X, Y, and Z to me. Why would I not have the same energy for Stormy that I've had all these years for Melody? Somebody make it make sense for me. I'm just asking a question, y'all. It's not making any kind of sense. It's really not. And then I guess Wanda doesn't know that Melody hasn't said not one bad word about Stormy's business or the money that Stormy is making on TikTok. But you know who has said negative things about Stormy's business? I have a question. Do y'all know who on the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville has said negative things about Stormy's business and her TikTok money? Wanda's daughter. So you out here throwing shade at Melody You're throwing shade at Melody, who is actually making money on TikTok. It might not be $1 million in in one sale, but she's making money on TikTok. She's making money on 7th Avenue Beauty.com. But your daughter on the last reunion said to Stormy, you better go pay them people in Huntsville with that TikTok money. But you're out here like, yay for Stormy and boo for Melody. But your daughter is cool with Melody and she's not cool with Stormy. Make that make sense. When the hate you give makes no sense. At this point, you should have eased up off of Melody and you should have been giving Stormy the business. But all it does is prove to us that you don't really have a good reason to be mad at Melody still. Keeping her name in your mouth is what gets you views. So that's what you're going to continue to do. You know, ain't nobody going to be checking for you reading Stormy or trying to read Stormy because you can't speak. In the words of Anonymous T, phonics, your phonics unhooked. Okay. Or was it Melody that Anonymous T got that from? Either way, you can't talk. You can't pronounce words. You can't enunciate properly. Your vocabulary is lacking. But you want to be on your social media trying to read somebody down for making money. Melody made 80K in one day off of a food truck that she doesn't even own. But you want to throw shots at her because Stormy made $1 million on TikTok in one sale and Melody didn't? Come on, Wanda. That's lame. That's lame. You don't even promote your grandbaby's business. That's how lame you are. And I don't know if the people in your chat, they're not telling you that. That, ma'am, you are lame. You don't even have a discount code when you're doing these lives for your grandbaby's business so that people can buy some shampoo and hair conditioner. Stop spewing hate, Wanda. You are a grown woman. You are an older woman. You should be an elder. Instead of trying to create competition between these two women who are successful in their own right, why don't you congratulate them? Like, that's the type of energy that you should be on, Wanda. After everything that has been going on in your family, you should be on some positive Zen energy. But no, your heart and your soul is still a dark hole. Not even an untimely death could have changed your heart. How sad. How sad. Now let me read some of y'all's comments. The people who are in the yard. Mrs. Island Duncan said, all that has happened in Wanda's family, you would think at her seasoned age she would turn the mirror, look in at and do better. Nope, she's never gonna do better. Reen Bass says Wanda is a nut job. I mean, she's proven that daily. She and her daughter are so envious of Melody that they can only focus on Melody. But you know what? At this point in time, I think all the envy is on Wanda's side. I feel like Wanda is more envious than Tisha is. Wanda is the type of mother that you don't want to have. She's the type of mother who, it doesn't matter your accomplishments, she's always going to be out here comparing you with the next person. That's the type of mother you don't want to have. The type of mother who is always going to make you feel less than. Doesn't matter how many degrees, it doesn't matter how many businesses, doesn't matter how many millions you've made. It doesn't matter how well your children are doing, how well your marriage is doing. If she can pinpoint somebody who she feels is doing better than you, She's always going to make you feel less than in comparison to that person. And that's what Wanda does to Tisha. And that's why I feel like Tisha constantly is in competition with other women, or puts herself in competition with other women who are just trying to help her. I'm sure we know Melody helped Tisha. I'm sure Stormy tried to help Tisha. We know Kiki helped Tisha and did her best to continue to help Tisha. We know Kimmy also helped Letitia. And at some point in time, you see Letitia put herself in competition with these women, or make it seem like these women have done nothing for her, or these women need to acquiesce to all her needs. And that's because of her mother. That's the blueprint her mom has laid out for her. And I do believe that at some point in time, Letitia was giving her mom, little breadcrumbs, little bits of tea here and there, not giving her mom accurate context about things that was going down. And then Wanda ran with Tisha's half of the story, and that was the only side Wanda cared about. Melody doesn't even have any contact with Wanda, but she has so much venom for Melody. Like, Reen, make it make sense for me. This tells me that Tisha is keeping the mess going. Wanda is Tisha's mouthpiece, and she has been Tisha's mouthpiece for a while. And I hope that's discussed in full during the reunion. Miss Sheree says, child, she is a mutless daughter. Mutless. That's how she pronounced it. I can't with all the hate spewing for Melody, who doesn't even mention her ever. Melody never mentions her. That's true. Melody's been minding her business for so many years. As she said, she's allowed Wanda. She's allowed Wanda to say all manner of nastiness about her, because she was sparing Wanda because of, the little bit of love she has left for Letitia, and also because of the grandkids. But at some point in time, enough, enough has to be enough. Enough has to be enough. And it's clear Wanda is never going to change. So I don't want to hear nobody come out and say anything when Melody is clapping back and suing her for the hate and the lies and the disgusting things that Wanda has been putting out there on YouTube. And Wanda wants to all of a sudden be, on the side of the lady that Melody had to call out. But while you're on that lady's side, you should be telling her that she shouldn't have been in Melody's DMs being nasty. You can't come in somebody's DMs being nasty and then expect that they shouldn't blast you for it. In the same way that if somebody is a Melody fan and they're over there in Letitia's DMs being nasty, and Letitia blasts them, I'm not gonna say nothing. Cause why you in that, you don't like that lady? Why are you over there in her DMs, sending her nasty messages? It's okay to hold people you like accountable. So if you like that lady who was up in Melody's DMs being nasty, you should be able to tell her, like, yo, you shouldn't have done that. You don't like her, stay out of her DMs. They watch Melody so hard. They watch her so hard, because how she has 1 million views on her songs, or that she made it to 3 million likes on her TikTok? You have to be watching her to know all of that. So keep watching. Keep watching as she continues to be successful. How about that? All right, y'all. That was my quick lunchtime live. I was on my break. Thank you all for tuning in. Mrs. Island Duncan, Special K, Reen Bass, Miss Sheree. Thank you all for holding it down in the yard. And to everyone else who was listening in the bushes, thank you all for tuning in. To the replay crew, Please remember to drop down in the comment section below and let me know how you see things too. Remember to like this video, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at How I See It, and on TikTok at How I See It TV. Until next time, y'all, as I always say, walk good. Bye. And I'm gonna take us out with this song from dancehall artist 50 Stakes. The song is called Hurt Me. All right, y'all. Bye.
Yeah, yeah. Baby, yeah. I'm sorry. Jelly. Wanda, baby, why you hurt me? Things where you do not deserve it. They cut in on me heart and a surgery. Every time I see your post, it hurt me. Baby, why you hurt me? Things where you do not deserve it. They cut in on me heart and a surgery. Every time I see your post, it hurt me. Me juice, block your page, cause me no want to see the picture. But me never block your mother or the sister. Me see them post.